In this lesson, we will learn how to identify key parts of an expression using appropriate vocabulary and use those parts to extract information from real-world situations. A numeric expression is a math sentence with numbers and operations but no equal signs. An algebraic expression is a math sentence with numbers and operations and letters, also known as variables. Still no equal sign. A variable is a letter that represents an unknown numerical value. So X, Y, and Z represent three different unknown numerical values. In this expression, there are three variables, X, Y, and Z. Terms are pieces of an expression that are separated by addition or subtraction. The subtraction or negative symbol is part of the term. There are four terms in this expression: 2x, y, negative 3z, and 5. Remember, the negative or subtraction symbol is part of the term that is behind it. A coefficient is the factor of the term. Factors are two numbers that are multiplied together to make a third number. The number in front of a variable is the coefficient. So in this expression, there are three coefficients: 2, 1, and negative 3. 2 is the number in front of x. Negative 3 is the coefficient in front of z. But y doesn't have a number in front. If you looked at the expression, how many y's would you say there were? 1. We don't write it because it's assumed that when you only see the letter, there is only 1 there. So the invisible number is always 1. Finally, a constant is a term with no variable. It is a number that stands alone. In this expression, there is one constant. That number is 5. All three of the other terms have variables in them. So let's put this to work in a real-world problem. As a lifeguard, Sarah earns a base pay of $60 per day. If her day involves swim lessons, Sarah also earns an additional $9T, where T represents the number of hours she gives lessons, and $9 is her hourly pay rate. The total amount that Sarah earns in a day can be expressed as 60 plus 9T. What does the 9T represent in this context? What is it about? Okay. Well, in the word problem itself, it says Sarah also earns an additional $9T, where T represents the number of hours she gives lessons, and 9 is her hourly pay rate. So it has something to do with swim lessons. We can use what we learned in our last lesson of dimensional analysis to help us figure out what it represents. So we have $9 per hour times T hours spent teaching swim lessons. If we cross out the hours, we're literally left with the words $9 teaching swim lessons, which is what that piece is about. It's the money that Sarah makes teaching swim lessons. And that's all there is to it. What are the terms and the coefficients in the expression 60 plus 9t? Well, there are two terms, 60 and 9t, and only one coefficient, 9. Sometimes we need to use the expressions given in a problem to evaluate. If Sarah teaches 5 hours of swim lessons, how much money will she earn for the day? So we start with our expression, 60 plus 9t. The number we're given is 5, which represents time, and there's only one variable in the expression, so we're going to replace it with the number 5. Following order of operations, we're going to multiply the 9 and the 5 together, and then add 60 and our product to get 105. If Sarah teaches 5 hours of swim lessons, she will earn $105 for the day. Not bad for a day's work. Now it's your turn. On the bottom of your notes, independently try questions 1, 2, and 3. When you have finished, let me check them out to see if you can move on. This concludes the lesson.